Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon semua. Okay, so I think we can start our class now, kan? Because we have already 12, 11 of you. Okay, so for today, I would like to brief to you about chapter 1 because I'm so sorry. We missed our last week class as okay. Wait, I will let some of you in. Okay, 14 of you. Okay. So let me share you something. Okay, basically in taxation, tax 1 specifically we will cover about individual taxation, how to compute. Okay, we have altogether share with you. I have upload the scope of study. Okay, wait, I will share again. Okay, the cost plan here. Okay, we have 11 chapter or 11 weeks altogether. We have to cover chapter in your textbook. We have to cover chapter 1 to 3 and then 14 and 15 and then chapter 4, 5, 6 and 8. Okay. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 chapter altogether. And so for today, we will cover only chapter 1. Chapter 4, 5, 6, and 8 is actually the calculation part. So this one is the most crucial lah. Employment income, other source of income. This is the part where you will compute the taxation. It involves calculation lah. So for chapter 1 to 3, 14 and 15, it's more about law. It's about which section in the income tax acts and all. Okay, about the scope of taxation, scope of charge, who is the tax resident, who is not, who is taxable, who is not, and appeal and assessment, how you assess your tax and all. This is for chapter 1 to 3, 14 and 15. And 4, 5, 6, 8 is where you do the calculation part. Okay, and then for the remaining 3 weeks, okay, this is where you have to do your presentation, your group presentation. I have divided and you have selected all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 topics. So week 12, 13 and 14, this is where you have to do your presentation lah. Okay, I have already uploaded your presentation and assignment instruction in the e-campus, so you can take a look. Okay, and okay, as for today, okay, as for today's, okay, wait ya, sekejap. Sorry for that. Okay, I think we can start our class now with chapter 1. Okay. Okay, for chapter 1, you guys can see the slide? Everyone can see the slide?
Yeah.
Can, Doctor?
Yes. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, for this chapter is very simple, but you have to memorize quite a lot lah. Sebab it's involve a lot of theoretical part. Okay, so this chapter has been divided into 6 parts. It's overview of the Malaysian tax system. The first part is the introduction lah. Okay, tax is actually a source of revenue for Malaysian government. Simple. Okay, so Malaysian government rely on tax as one of its revenue. Okay, and in this world nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. It is one of the quote lah. Okay. Okay, source of I think I can minimize this one. Okay, source of Malaysian tax law, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 source altogether. Okay, this one, the statute law is the main sources lah. Okay, this one statute law is the Income Tax Act 1967, and then there's a few more act that has been enacted in the parliament. It's a official and law imposed to the taxpayers, both individual and company. Okay, we also have a case law. It's a decision of court where the um the law is not covered in the statute law. It can rely on the case law, the decision of court. For example, there's certain cases that has been listed, such as this National Land Finance Cooperative Society versus IRB. Okay, IRB is actually Inland Revenue Board, ataupun in Malay we call, and in Malaysia is a Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri lah, LHDN. Okay, the third one is the public ruling. Okay, public rulings ni the IRB, the LHDN interpretation of this one, tax law. Okay, it's binding on tax officers, but it's not bind to the taxpayers. Okay, if anything happen, the taxpayers can argue in the court about this public ruling. Okay, and then there's a advance ruling. Advance ruling is a taxpayer request from the IRB on application of this one, Income Tax Act 1967 to specific transaction. And then we have concession, is IRB guideline, and public ruling. It is also the same as public ruling. It's opinion and it's not law, so it can be challenged in the court. Okay, this is the simplified version, but as for your examination, you have to remember the the exact sentences as written in your study text, your textbook. Okay, so we have two type of tax, direct and indirect tax. So direct tax is where you paid that the tax is being paid directly to the government, to the IRB lah, LHDN. For example, the income tax, the stamp duty, real property gain tax, RPGT, and corporation tax. This is where the taxpayers here, taxpayers pay directly to the IRB, okay, ataupun LHDN lah kat sini. It's a direct. Sebab tu namanya direct tax. Tapi kalau indirect tax, if indirect tax, we pay through an intermediary. Okay, the keywords is intermediary. Sama ada manufacturers or sellers, okay, through a markup in the value of goods or service, that is indirect tax. For example, sales tax, service tax, or custom duty. So indirect is being called indirect because instead of the direct line from taxpayer to LHDN, we pay the taxpayer, okay, we'll pay to the this one seller, the intermediary lah, seller ataupun pay to custom, and then they will pay to the IRB ataupun LHDN. Okay. This one is income tax, employment income tax, business income tax and all. And this one is sales tax, service tax, and previously the GST is indirect tax. Okay, both are taxes, but to whom that you pay. Okay, simple kan? Next is the scope of charge of income tax. Okay. Okay, the scope of charge is we have four types. First is derived and remittance, meaning that income derived from Malaysia or received in Malaysia from outside by resident. Okay, by the tax resident is chargeable. Okay, bila income tu dia generate in Malaysia ataupun receive in Malaysia from outside by the tax resident, meaning it is chargeable or it's taxable. Okay. The second one is the world scope. In world scope, income tax is charged on income wherever derived. Kat mana pun dia derive, dia buat income tu, dapat income tu, they have to pay taxes. It's taxable. And it's imposed on the resident company with specialized business such as banking, insurance, sea and air transport. Okay, this specific type of business is being imposed of tax for their income wherever derived, sama ada di Malaysia ke ataupun di Singapore, India, I'm not everywhere in the world, they have to be taxable. Okay, they have to pay tax. This that is for resident company with specialized business. This banking, insurance, sea and air transport. And then we have foreign income. Income arise from source outside Malaysia. That's why it's called foreign. And then by non-resident. Okay, it's non-resident are exempted. This is starting 1st January or 1st June 2022, this year. Okay, it's just been imposed. Previously, they have to pay tax, but for now, for the latest rules, they are exempted. For non-resident that have outside source of income, they don't have to pay tax. Okay. And then we have Labuan entity. As for Labuan, income tax is not charged from Labuan entity carrying business in, from or through Labuan. Labuan is tax free lah. Okay, tax free for Labuan. Okay, so we have derived and remittance. This for resident, if they have income derived in Malaysia or from outside, they bring the income to Malaysia, they have to be taxable. And then we have world scope for specific business, banking, insurance and sea air transport, they have to be taxable. They are taxable wherever derive, kat mana pun. And then we have foreign income. Foreign income ni for non-resident. Okay, for non-resident, they have income arise from outside and then they receive in Malaysia but they are not taxable. Okay, and then Labuan is tax-free, not taxable. Okay, and then basis of taxation, current year assessment. So meaning income received in 2022 is tax chargeable for the year 2022. Okay, bila income tu dapat, then dia kena taxable on that year. Okay, senang, basis of taxation is the current year. That's what you have to remember lah, the keywords, this one. And then what is tax? The income that have to be taxed is income, receipt, or gains, or revenue. Okay, not capital. Capital is not being taxed. Okay, and then okay, who is taxed? This one you have to remember, under the Income Tax Act 1967, the definition or the list of a person that is being meant by this Tax Act 1967, Income Tax Act 1967, a person means a company, a body of people, a corporation, individual, and also limited liability partnership. That is meant by the a person in Income Tax Act 1967. Okay, this one, a person who is taxable. Okay, company, body of people, corporation, individual, and limited liability partnership. This one you have to hafal lah, remember. Okay. Okay, this is the summary of scope of charge. It's simple. We have I have mentioned just now the four derived and remittent, world scope, foreign income, then lagi satu apa, labuan entity. Okay, so the basis of taxation, if the individual is Malaysian, okay, derived and remittance Malaysian. Kalau derived and remittance is taxable, if world scope also taxable, the source of income. Okay, but if they are foreign, derived and remittance, if remitted, the foreign income also taxable, but if world scope also taxable, world scope everything is taxable wherever derived. But for foreign income, if they are parked offshore meaning it's parked outside Malaysia. They doesn't transfer the income into Malaysia, meaning they park offshore, is not taxable. Okay. Okay, the source of income, it can come from source of income can come from business, from gains or profit, okay, from employment, gains or profit. This one is salary lah. Salary minus expenses and all the rebates that allow. And then dividends, interest and discount, also taxable. Rent, royalties and premiums, pension, annuities or periodical payment that they have received monthly or quarterly, okay, periodical, and other gains or other profit. That's a source of income. Okay, and there are also special classes of income that has received by non-resident derived from Malaysia, which is taxable if the amount is paid in consideration of services by the person or their employees in connection with the use of property or rights belonging to, or the installation of operation of any plant and machinery, okay, or other apparatus purchased from such person. The amount paid in consideration of the services to the person. So the person, the non-resident, have to declare what they get, and they have to pay tax for it. Okay. And the second one is amount paid in consideration of advice or assistance. This one, advice or assistance or services in connection with management or administration. Um, Sorry for the noise. It's my son. Okay, of any scientific, industrial, or commercial undertaking, venture, project, or scheme. Okay, if the non-resident, for example, Alex, give advice or assistance services to the management, and Alex receive any salary from it, he have to declare the salary as the salary is being taxable. Okay, and the third one, the special class of income is rent or other payments made under any agreement or arrangement for the use of any movable property. Okay, and then the rate of income tax for company in incorporated in Malaysia, any company that has been incorporated in Malaysia which paid up ordinary shares less than 2.5 million and gross business income less than 50 million for a year of assessment. Okay, the first 600,000 of income, they have to pay tax 17%, and the remaining, for example, this company got 1 million income. Okay, for 1 million income, the first 600 they have to pay 17%, and the remaining 400k, the company have to pay 24%. Okay, so for other company other than this one, more than 2.5 million and more than gross business income of 50 million, they have to pay tax a flat rate of 24%. Okay, no, 17%. 17% is only a special rate for this company with paid up capital less than 2.5 million and gross business income less than 50 million. Okay. As for individual, you can refer to your study tax. Okay, your study tax. The tax rate is being, okay. Let me share it to you. Okay, source of income. Okay, this is the tax rate for individual. Okay, for individual, for non-resident, individual who are not resident for the basis year, have to be taxed for 30%. That is for the non-resident, but for resident individual, they have to pay tax according to their chargeable income. Okay, if their chargeable income is less than 5,000, they doesn't have to pay any tax lah, 0%. Okay, but if the chargeable income is more than 5,000 to 20,000, 1%, and if it's 20,000 to 35,000, their annual income, okay, only 3%. Okay, 3%, meaning just 450 tax. Okay, for 35,000 and 50,000 and so on until 28% for 2 million income per year. But if exceed 2 million income per year, they have to pay 30%. Is the maximum tax rate lah. Okay. Okay, continue. Okay, as I mentioned, the resident, the tax rate start from 1% until 30% for income more than 2 million. And for non-resident, is a flat rate, 30%. Okay. And then there is a concessionary tax rate. Concessionary tax rate for first is approved incentive scheme, more than 20%. Okay, the knowledge worker in specified region, 15% tax rate, and then the returning expert program, 15%. Returning expert mean, for example, someone's working, the Malaysian resident working in contohnya UK, and then we want them to come back and then work in Malaysia. So the returning expert, so they will get income, the taxable income of just 15%. Okay, and then the resident not citizen working under an approved incentive scheme, more than 20%. And then foreign income from 1st January 2022 until 30 June 2022, they have to pay tax of 3%. Previously, okay, this date. Previously, before July, from January until June, foreign income is taxable, but after June, starting from 1st July 2022, the foreign income from the non-resident is exempted. Okay, not taxable. But this one is 3% kan? Sorry. Okay, this one 3%. But for July, starting July to 2022, it's exempted. Okay, 0%. It's not taxable. And then in Malaysia, we use self-assessment system for income tax submission. What is self-assessment system? You can look at the e-filing by LHDN too. So the taxpayers are required to determine their taxable income. They have to compute their tax liability. They have to submit their tax return in the form of Form B or Form BE. Okay, this is a tax return form, and then they have to pay their income tax liability. Everything on their own. Okay, they have to first calculate their income, and then all their expenses and rebate they have to declare, and then they have to compute their tax liability, submit their returns in the form B and BE in the e-filing system, and then they have to pay their income tax liability. Okay, they are not subject to detailed checking by the LHDN or IRB, but IRB will make a post-assessment tax audit. Okay, will be conducted to verify the correctness of the income tax return submitted. But not all the taxpayers are being audited, just the lucky few lah. Okay, it is depends on the IRB or depends on our luck lah as taxpayer. Kalau kena audit tu, I said lah. Okay, and then penalty will be imposed for non-compliance or understatement of income. That's why you have to do the e-filing properly. Make sure all the documents is safe, is being safe for 5 years, because audit and this post assessment tax audit can be audited in 5 years long. So any document have to save for 5 years. Okay, if there is any non-compliance or understatement of income, contohnya orang ni dia ada employment income, dia ada dapat gaji bulan-bulan, but then dia ada buat part-time business, and the part-time business is not being declared, that is understatement of income. So if IRB If IRB want to audit them, and then they find out that the individual does not declare their business income, so they can be imposed with penalties lah. Okay. That's all for chapter 1. Okay. It's just simple, betul tak? Okay, we have just 2 to 3. Okay, and then I have upload several questions in your e-campus. Have you gone through the question? Anyone have gone through the question?
Not yet.
Not yet. Mama. Okay. Mana soalannya? Here. Okay, siapa yang dah tengok soalan tu? Overview of the Malaysian tax system. You can take a look in the e-campus at your tutorial class part. Okay, I have upload a few questions. I think how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. Okay. Okay, do you want to attempt now? Do you want to attempt it together? Or you want to try the exercise by yourself? Anyone? Do you have any do you have any confusion, any question for chapter 1? Everyone okay?
Okay, doctor.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, for the okay. Okay, please attempt your tutorial question. And if you have any question, you can write it down in the Padlet. Okay, as I also have attached the Padlet. Okay, see, Chia Ivy got 10. See? Congratulations. Wow. Chia Ivy is here.
Yes, I'm here, doctor.
Okay, congratulations. You received 10/10, is it?
Yes, thank you, doctor.
Okay, so if you guys have any question with regard to chapter 1, you can write in the Padlet, or you can also WhatsApp me directly. Okay. The key for this chapter is you have to remember a lot, especially the definition and, for example, the source of revenue law. Okay, what is the source of revenue law? You have to remember. And then what is the definition of a person or individual? Okay, you have to remember it as written in your study text. Okay, but that is just a subjective question lah. Okay, and then one more part that is important is the scope of charge. Scope of charge, whether it's derived and remittance for resident or non-resident, and then the world scope and foreign income. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for today. If you don't have any question, I will share to you your attendance. Okay. Okay, wait, I will show. Okay, here. Okay, can you see? Okay, if you don't have any question and you have take your attendance, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. That's all for this week.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Doktor,
Mm-hmm.
esok kelas fizikal ke online?
You on nak physical ke online?
Esok nak fizikal.
Nak physical.
Hai.
Siapa?
Saya tak dapat nak fizikal, doktor.
Oh, okay. Okay, kalau macam tu, kejap lagi saya akan buat poll and then you vote sama ada you nak physical or online. Okay? Boleh?
Okey.
Okay.
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 Thank you, Doktor.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, doktor.
Alright.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. So, semua dah scan dari sana and Suhada? Okay, done ya?